Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 22nd tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we'll be checking out a very interesting feature of HTML, and that is to embed audio clips in web pages. And the HTML file that I have here is very simple. On line number 1 I have the doc type declaration, and then between the opening and closing HTML tags on lines 2 and 14 respectively, I have the head section and the body section. And the head section has the title tags and the title of the web pages, embedding audio in web pages. And then inside the body section I have the heading of the page first. On line number 7 I've used the opening and closing h1 tags, and the text that's enclosed is "here's some music for you." And then on line number 8 I have the audio element with the attribute controls, and this attribute doesn't take any value. I'll tell you what the significance of the controls attribute is in just a minute. uh, then on line number 9 I have another element that goes along with the audio element, right? So you have to keep the audio element first, and then within it include the source element or the source tag. And as I said, this has to be within it, so you're going to close your audio element after you've closed your source element. And the source element is used to tell the browser where the file is kept and what the type of the file is. So you tell the name of the file and the extension through the src attribute. So you type in src, the name of the attribute, use the equal to symbol, and then within double quotes as a value to it you pass in the name of the file along with the extension. So the file name that I'm going to use is audio.mp3, and this is in the same folder as this HTML file, right? So I have these two files in a folder that I have on my desktop. So this is the folder, and this is the file. I guess it's tutorial-22. So this is the file, and then the audio clip that I'm using for the web page is also in the same folder. That's why I haven't included the full path of the file here. But if suppose I had it in a different folder, if I had it in the music folder, then all you have to do if you have your file in the music folder or in some other folder is go to the file, wherever it is, and just right click on it, go to properties and copy the file location and paste it here, because you'll have to put the full path of the file if you don't have it in the same folder as your HTML file. And then the source element also requires you to include the type attribute, and the type attribute takes the format of the file. So if it's an audio MPEG file, then that's what you have to include here. If it's a FLAC format file, then you have to include that. And the format also goes within double quotes. And then I have closed the source element using the forward slash and the greater than symbol. And then I also have a paragraph of text on line number 10. I have the opening p tag. On line number 11 I have the closing p tag, and the text that's enclosed is "your browser does not support this file or feature," and this text will be displayed only if your web browser is unable to play this file for some reason, right? And then I have closed the audio element, closed the body section, closed the entire HTML file. And this is how the file looks when I open it in Google Chrome. And I'm going to play this file for you. So what you can do is you can scroll back, you can scroll forward if you want to, and you can adjust the volume, you can pause it, you can play it. So these controls are sufficient. I mean, if you have an audio clip on a website, what more can you ask for? You can play, pause, you can move forward, backward, and then you can adjust the volume, right? And then let's talk about this controls thing now. So let's say I remove this from my audio element. I'll save the file, and I'll go back to Chrome, and I'll refresh my page, and I see now that all the controls that I was just talking about, they're gone now, right? So this is the significance of the controls attribute there. It helps you have the play, pause buttons, and then it helps you adjust the volume, and obviously you can seek forward or backward. So I'll get it back and save the file and refresh it in Chrome again to have the controls back, and it plays wonderfully, right? So that's it for this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, in which we'll discuss more interesting features of HTML. And I hope you guys are having fun in the course, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.